Unbelievable. I said, come with me!
Introducing Hipper, the youngest captain of the Hope Fleet and the newest Vault character. She fights with a rapier-like weapon that also controls her autonomous Mecha, which is definitely not a JoJo Stan reference. Fast, precise, and backed by advanced AI support, Hipper is ready to lead your Vault team to victory. Hipper's rapier, AF-010 Servion, is a Vault Frost main DPS weapon, and her damage primarily comes from her last hit of her basic attack sequence and subskill. So for Titan stats, outside of weakness, which is best in slot, basic attack damage is best for her, followed by skill damage. For passives, the usual Vault Frost passives and Resonance are here, and its guaranteed damage passive is On Field, which deals extra damage as long as you hit enemies when she's on field. No additional unique passives exist for her, so we're moving on. Her regular basic attacks are all pretty bad, with each hit having really low multipliers, so they should never be used. What you should be using is her enhanced basic attacks after casting her skill, which has significantly high multipliers on the last few hits, especially the 5th hit. The aerial attacks, although having the same multipliers, should also not be used, since being grounded is very important for her to deal maximum damage. The hold combo also has some pretty good multipliers on it, but unfortunately is too slow to be worth using. And finally, the plunge attack is completely useless with a small multiplier and a very slow vertical falling speed. Hipper's basic dodge attacks are the usual directional and non-directional variants, where she does a quick jab forward, and both are irrelevant in terms of damage. However, they must still be cast in order to trigger her third dodge attack, Spiral Waltz, that unlocks after using her skill, which is a key part of her rotation. To use the third dodge attack, simply click one more time after casting any dodge attack. You can then press attack another time to immediately trigger the big multiplier final hit of her basic attack sequence. Do note that all this can only be done when Hipper is in the instant raid state after casting her skill. Her skill, Field Sync, is a quick casting buff that deals AoE damage on cast while granting Hyper Body and a robot mecha to assist in combat, and unlocking her enhanced basic attacks. 9 seconds after the skill is cast, or 5 seconds if you have 8-1 unlocked, her high damage subskill gets unlocked, and you go into the instant raid state, which lets you cast her third dodge attack mentioned earlier. Don't rush to cast the subskill though, as that will prematurely end her buffs. You want to instead maximize damage by spamming her third dodge attack combo, and when cooldowns are almost up, cast the subskill to wrap up the rotation. Finally, Hipper's Discharge skill is just like most of the discharges, fancy effects all over the place, but offers nothing unique and should be jump cancelled for faster rotation. And that's it for her abilities. Let's move on to her stars. The 1-star effect allows her to get to the instant raid state 4 seconds faster, which means you only need to do 1 basic attack sequence before you can spam her third dodge attack combo, instead of 2 basic attack sequences previously. The 5th hit of her basic attack also applies a mark on all targets hit that gets detonated for some good damage by her finisher subskill. This star sounds like a pretty significant star on paper, but after testing is only a very minor damage increase, nice to have for a simpler rotation though. Moving on, the 3-star effect is a very simple straight vault damage increase plus some small amounts of damage reduction. Not an important star at all unless you're a Dorm enjoyer. The 5-star effect is now the new Resistance Ignore star, granting 15% vault resistance ignore, that's capped at 50%. There's also some additional healing here, up to 40% HP that's based on how long her weapon has been on field for when she gets swapped off. Pretty significant star for both damage and survival, but it's A5, so I don't recommend it. Finally, the 6-star effect is your usual whale damage increase star, giving her a significant straight final damage boost, and also a massive boost to her finisher subskill. In conclusion, her recommended meta stopping point stars are just 0 or 6. 1 star is negligible, although nice to have for the rotation change. 3 star is just damage and some survival. 5 star is nice, but why not go 6 if we're already at 5? Now, let's take a look at her matrices. The 2-piece set is a big increase to vault attack, and the exclusive effect increases her damage multiplier significantly on her 5th and final basic attack hit. The 4-piece set, which is also a very simple vault damage buff, with the exclusive effect being some additional crit damage and final damage when her weapon is equipped. These matrices are pretty good for generic vault buffing with high upfront vault attack and decent damage without any requirements, but you do lose a significant chunk of buffing on her 4-piece when you no longer use her weapon. However, due to the fact that Hipper has absolutely no buffing capabilities off-field, she shouldn't get benched that quickly and should be Vault's go-to main DPS for a while, so these matrices should last for a bit. For Hipper's Simulacra trait, she gives the usual 18% final damage like all traits, and some additional vault and final damage when her weapon is equipped. No other trait is relevant if you're using Hipper on your team. For relic selection, as usual, the main meta relic buff dealer could be used alongside 5-star battle item Mark II as a sub-relic. For the free-to-play without battle pass relics, just stick to the usual quad and shield or rift. Hipper's weapon is significantly harder to play compared to previous brain dead rotations where you just keep spamming left click. But at the end of the day, you're still playing a gacha game, so how hard can it be? All you need to do is buff first with the 2 other weapons, swap to Hipper, jump canceling her discharge, use skill to apply self buffs, and spam left click attacks until you see your sub skill go off cooldown. This is 2 full basic attack rotations at A0 or 1 full basic attack rotation at A1. Once your sub skill is off cooldown, your main DPS rotation changes into dodge attack triple left click spam. To time it correctly, pay attention to the 5th basic attack hit animation. The moment you see it, you can immediately dodge cancel into the next 3rd dodge attack combo. Do this until your buffing weapons cooldowns are almost up, cast a sub skill to finish off the rotation, and repeat. Now here's a quick demonstration of the maxed meta C and Vault team consisting of Hipper, Void Piercer, and Antoria in action with Hipper as the main DPS. Start on Antoria, cast her skill, then immediately discharge into Void Piercer, then immediately use Void Piercer's skill to cancel the discharge animation, then immediately swap to Hipper and cast her skill. Proceed to do 1 full basic attack sequence, then dodge attack to cancel the 5th hit's finishing animation, and left click 2 more times to trigger her 3rd dodge attack into 5th basic attack combo. Repeat the dodge attack combo 4 times total, and Antoria's cooldown should be up. Cast Hipper's sub skill and swap to Antoria to continue the rotation loop. The same exact rotation logic applies to every other possible vault buffing weapon when Hipper is the main DPS. Buff with the 2 other weapons, preferably both with the line 20-second skill cooldowns, and main DPS with Hipper's basic attack into dodge attack spam, and finish off with her sub skill. That's it for Hipper. As the new main DPS for Vault, Hipper definitely is a must-have for meta chasing Vault mains. With her big multipliers and her rotation is a fun and refreshing change from previous brain dead left click spamming. But her kit leaves much to be desired with absolutely no off support capabilities in base form and no exploration utility. She's destined to be benched and completely forgotten 2 Vault rotations down the line. But what do you think? Is Hipper's beautiful swimsuit with a gigantic Victoria's Secret model wings enough? Or are you getting her for the Stan JoJo reference? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for this kit review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. Good luck on your pulls for Hipper, and see you in the next one.